All right, so gunsmithing. Imagine prepping for an interview. To craft, to restore, even design firearms.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Today we'll break down real interview questions.
From RoleCatcher.
Exactly. To help you really stand out from other candidates.
It's not just about knowing the answers, though.
Yeah.
It's about understanding, what interviewers are really looking for, and then showcasing, your passion, your expertise in a way that really resonates.
It's like a masterclass, but just for you.
Exactly.
We'll also see how RoleCatcher's AI can fine-tune your responses, for specific roles.
Definitely.
But first, what does a gunsmith actually do?
So a gunsmith is a blend of a technician and an artist.
Oh, wow.
They modify, they repair, they add those decorative touches. Sometimes they're even building custom firearms completely from scratch.
Oh, wow.
It's hands-on, precision's key, eye for detail.
So where do they work?
Gun shops,
Yeah.
custom manufacturing shops, even metalworking facilities.
Oh.
There's a growing demand for, customized firearms these days. So these skills, super in demand.
Okay, that's good to know. Are there any downsides to this job?
Of course. It's physically demanding, heavy machinery, potentially hazardous materials.
Ah.
Safety's a top priority.
Oh, yeah,
here.
good to know. All right, let's get into the interview. So RoleCatcher's interview guide has, some great sample questions.
Yeah.
And the first one is, what inspired you to pursue a career in gunsmithing?
It's your chance to let that passion shine.
Yeah.
Interviewers, they want to see genuine enthusiasm, that spark that says you're not just here for a job, but for a craft you love.
So not just I like guns.
Right. A compelling story, that's what makes a difference.
go ahead.
Think about what sparked that interest. Was it childhood? Taking things apart and putting them back together?
Yeah.
Was there a mentor who introduced you, weaving a narrative?
Yeah.
That makes it memorable and shows genuine interest.
Could RoleCatcher's AI, tailor that story to the specific job?
Absolutely. Let's say the job description really emphasizes restoring antique firearms. RoleCatcher's AI, might suggest you highlight, your passion for historical weaponry or a project where you restored a vintage rifle.
Oh, that's cool. So connecting your passion to the role. Okay, what's next?
This one focuses on experience. What is your experience with firearms and gun repairs?
So you just list out,
Yeah.
what you've done.
You don't just want to give a general overview. Instead, focus on specific examples that really, showcase your expertise. Mention the types of firearms you've worked with, the repairs you've completed, any challenging projects that you tackled.
Oh, okay. So if I had experience repairing a specific type of shotgun, I should say that.
Yeah.
Especially if the job involves shotguns.
Exactly. Tailoring your response to that job description, right, shows you've done your homework and your skills align with their needs. Don't forget those experiences beyond formal jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Apprenticeships, personal projects, even volunteer work at a gun range.
Yeah.
It all demonstrates dedication.
What about staying up to date? I imagine technology is a big part of,
Huge.
gunsmithing nowadays.
That leads us to the next question. How do you stay current with advancements in gun technology and industry trends?
Okay. So how do you approach that?
Be specific.
Okay.
Mention publications you read, like American Gunsmith magazine. Talk about conferences you've attended, organizations you belong to, like the American Gunsmithing Association, and how you stay, informed about new laws and regulations.
It's not just about fixing guns, but the whole landscape.
The whole thing, yeah. And, you can impress here by mentioning specific advancements. Laser engraving, 3D printed firearm components.
Oh, wow.
It shows you're forward thinking,
Yeah.
eager to embrace new technologies.
And this is another area where RoleCatcher's AI can be helpful, right?
You got it. So let's say the job description emphasizes innovation.
Right.
RoleCatcher might suggest highlighting your knowledge of, cutting edge technologies. Or a project where you incorporated a new technique.
Oh. That's really neat. Okay, so it's about using the AI to really fine-tune everything.
Fine-tuning.
Make sure you're hitting all the right points. Fantastic resource. Okay, let's move on to another crucial question.
This one's all about legal compliance. How do you ensure that you are following all state and federal laws related to firearms?
Oh, okay. So you just say you follow the law.
You got to go a little deeper than that. Demonstrate that you have, a deeper understanding. Mention resources, like the ATF website.
Oh, okay.
Emphasize that you stay updated on changes.
So you're proactive. Okay.
Exactly. It shows you're responsible,
Yeah.
committed. Okay, ready for another one?
Yeah, hit me.
How do you approach problem solving when working on a firearm?
Oh, so this is where they're trying to get into your head a little bit.
Exactly. Showcase that analytical thinking
Okay.
and ability to troubleshoot.
Okay.
Don't just say, I'm good at fixing things. Walk them through your process.
Okay, so let's say a gun is jamming. How would I explain my approach?
Start by describing, your systematic approach. Mention visual inspection, checking for those common issues first.
Yeah.
And then, if needed, you can use those diagnostic tools.
Okay.
You can even mention having a mental checklist just to make sure you're covering all the bases.
So it's structured,
Yeah.
You're not just like randomly trying things until something works.
Right. Methodical. Shows professionalism. Instills confidence.
Okay, what about quality control? That's going to be really important.
Huge. Next question. How do you ensure that your work is of the highest quality and meets your customers' expectations?
So this is where you talk about like your passion for the craft, your attention to detail.
For sure. Emphasize that you take pride in your work. You go the extra mile to ensure everything is flawless, multiple quality checks, test firing each firearm, making sure it functions as intended, involving the customer to make sure you're meeting their specific needs.
So you're not just like meeting requirements, but going above and beyond.
Above and beyond. Dedication, commitment to excellence. Employers love that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And this is like another area where RoleCatcher can help.
Catching on. So let's say the job posting highlights customer satisfaction.
Right.
RoleCatcher might suggest mentioning your process for gathering customer feedback, ensuring their needs are met, or going the extra mile to provide a positive experience.
It's like having your own like personalized guide,
That's it.
to help you through these tough questions.
Yeah.
Okay, let's tackle another one.
How do you handle difficult or dissatisfied customers?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Not every customer is going to be happy, right?
It's true, but it really shows how you handle things.
Okay.
Your professionalism, interpersonal skills.
So what's the best approach?
Remain calm, composed, under pressure. Highlight your ability to actively listen. Validate those feelings. Work towards a resolution.
So not getting defensive, but trying to like see their side of things.
Find common ground. Emphasize that you're respectful, courteous. Even when it's challenging, you want to find a solution that works for everybody.
Makes sense. Okay, let's get technical. What is the most complex firearm repair you have completed, and how did you approach it?
All right, time to showcase that expertise.
Okay. So do I pick the most complicated thing I've ever done?
Not necessarily. Choose something relevant.
Okay.
So if the role involves like intricate work on handguns,
Okay.
highlight a complex handgun repair. When you're describing it, walk them through your process. How'd you diagnose the problem? What resources, what challenges did you overcome?
So it's not just the what, but the how.
The how. It's about demonstrating that, analytical thinking
Yeah.
and your ability to apply your knowledge.
RoleCatcher could probably be helpful here too, right?
Absolutely.
Like suggest which repairs to talk about
Exactly.
based on the job.
So if the job involves restoring antique firearms, for example, RoleCatcher might suggest highlighting, a challenging restoration project. It's all about connecting your experience.
Okay, that's really, really helpful. Let's keep going.
All right, next question. How do you balance efficiency with quality when completing firearm repairs?
Ooh, that's a good one. It's tempting to rush to get things done,
Right.
but you don't want to compromise quality.
Exactly. So you want to convey that you understand both are important, right?
Yeah.
And that you have strategies to achieve that balance.
Okay, how do you show that?
You can talk about prioritizing tasks, urgent repairs first, but, still allocating enough time so it's done properly.
Right.
Maybe using tools and techniques that streamline things.
Yeah.
Like specialized jigs or fixtures.
So working smarter, not harder.
There you go. And don't forget to mention that you're always looking for ways to, improve that efficiency, maybe tracking your time, researching new tools.
So you're always learning.
Always shows commitment.
All right. What's next?
This one's about customer interaction. How do you work with customers to understand their firearm repair needs?
Communication's key.
Absolutely. This question, it's about showing that you can actively listen, gather the information, and create an actionable plan
Right.
from what they need.
Okay, so how would you approach this one?
It's all about building that rapport, That trust. Explain that you use open-ended questions so they can describe the issues in detail.
Yeah, get them talking.
Right. Mention that you clarify any technical terms. You actively listen to their concerns, their preferences.
So you make them feel heard.
Heard and understood.
Mm-hmm.
You could also mention that you're patient, understanding, especially with those who might not be so, technically inclined.
Right.
And manage those expectations. Be upfront about the scope of repairs, the time frame, the potential costs.
Transparency.
Transparency builds trust.
RoleCatcher could help here too, right?
Yeah, of course. So, for example, if the job description emphasizes those customer service skills, RoleCatcher might suggest you highlight specific examples of how you've communicated effectively,
Oh, okay.
resolved issues,
Yep.
gone the extra mile.
So using the AI to really personalize those responses.
Okay.
That's super helpful.
And remember, while these sample questions give you a fantastic framework, your answers should always be genuine, reflect your experiences and passions.
Right. Be yourself. Okay, we covered a lot today. From the basics of gunsmithing, those tough interview questions, and even how RoleCatcher can really give you that extra edge. But before we go, I want to talk about the future of this field.
Yeah.
We briefly touched on 3D printing and smart gun technology. What other advancements do you see coming up in, the gunsmithing world?
Ooh, that's a big one. I think technology is going to play an even bigger role. Advanced materials, computer-aided design.
Wow.
We might even see gunsmiths working with robots, artificial intelligence.
It's amazing to see, a craft that's centuries old
Yeah.
evolving.
Adapting.
So for someone passionate about firearms, who's good with their hands, and who likes technology, this sounds like an awesome field to be in.
It is. Traditional skills and embracing those innovations, perfect for those who love working with their hands and their minds.
Well said. So, wrapping up, if you're thinking about a career as a gunsmith, preparation, research, practice those answers, and let that passion shine through.
And don't forget RoleCatcher. Tailor those responses. Get feedback. It can really make a difference.
It really can. With hard work, dedication, and a little help from AI, you can craft your own success story in the world of gunsmithing.